P90, 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 no, P90, 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 P90 AEG.
It makes me smile every time I pull the trigger. It's amazing.
Yes, the P90. Ever since its inception, whether it be in the real steel world or the airsoft world, it's been inspiring imagination all over the place. There's just something about this gun that makes you unable to take your eyes off it. It may be the highly unusual look or the fact that it's a bullpup, or for something designed and made in the 90s, its styling has held up to the test of time. The P90 has been turning heads since it stormed onto the scene in the iconic video games, movies, and TV shows such as GoldenEye on the N64, 007 The World Is Not Enough, and of course the Stargate series such as SG-1 and Atlantis. Given its cultural relevance, it only made sense that this gun came to the airsoft community. And of course, who else would bring it to us than Tokyo Marui? And when it bursted onto the scenes, it was instantly cemented in the airsoft history books. The original TMP90 was a groundbreaking product. When it came out and burst on the scenes, it was like one of those wow moments that was loved by all. Just like our guy, Tim. But though it was groundbreaking at the time, there were some shortcomings. And throughout the years, companies like Leilax have made upgrade parts trying to push this gun to its max. But at the end of the day, it seemed to always be limited by its original design. So after 20 years of its initial launch back in 2001, the P90 comes back to us today. It looks like a gun you would recognize, kind of like a friend that you haven't seen in a while, but there are some subtle differences. The P90 is back, supercharged by Krytac, and it is fully licensed. It sports all the corresponding markings, and it is 1:1 in scale. The Krytac P90 is an exceptional example of this gun that has been near and dear to our hearts for many years. I'm going to start with talking about the polymer. There is something to be said here, as the whole lower portion of this gun is made out of this high quality polymer, dare I say, Chris Vector-esque. And the moment you open the box and you set your eyes upon this thing, it doesn't look like a toy. I'm in no way knocking Tokyo Marui, by the way, but it just looks like a different animal. The upper receiver is full metal and it is still very lightweight. While we're on the topic of the upper receiver, this particular version of the P90 is the tactical version, which includes a raised top rail and side rails for mounting lights, lasers, or other accessories. While the gun does come with a raised tactical rail, it is not devoid of iron sights. There's actually not one, not two, but 3 sets of iron sights on this gun. 2 on the side here with a front sight post, as well as this little hole over here. It is actually a peep sight to the front sight post that is in the middle of this cutout Picatinny rail section. The gun is truly ambidextrous, and the fire selector is right here under the trigger and can be turned to semi and auto, and safe. Just like the real firearm, once you switch the gun on auto, a single pull will still allow you to shoot the gun in semi-auto, but if you pull it completely down, it is full auto. Other than the controls and shooting experience, there's some other pretty cool points about the gun right here. Let's get into some of the data. The Krytac P90 features a 255 at 6.04 millimeter diameter inner barrel. Tokyo Marui is only 247 millimeters. Just the more you know. Anyways, back to the gun. Oh, and don't forget the 14 millimeter counterclockwise threads on its outer barrel. While the external build quality of the gun is exceptional, it's what's on the inside that truly makes this gun a Krytac. They've addressed so many things, well, like the trigger, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so let's get into talking about the internals. What a segue, Mark. Good job. Internally is where Krytac truly took the gun to another level. First, let's talk about taking the gun apart. It's toolless and very easy. First, you remove the magazine. Then there's a little latch here. Pull the latch down, and you can separate the gun just like that. Upon taking apart the upper and lower receiver, you can also remove the hop-up and inner barrel assembly, also toolless, like this. Push this in, rotate, and it pops right out. Voila. The gearbox of the P90 follows a similar design to the version 6 gearbox, but there are some differences due to the dimension. The gears are based on the same one used in the Krytac Trident series at its 18:1 ratio, which means as long as you can find gears that are version 2, Even DSG, most of them will be a drop-in fit. To further enhance this beast, the gun comes with a MOSFET, and guns outside of Japan will use their 30K motor. Earlier, I talked about the trigger. If you've ever used any of the P90s in times past, you will remember the incredibly long travel distance, as well as the hard pull that you need every time you need to shoot this gun on semi-auto, which means if it's a semi-auto game, you have a higher survivability of using your sidearm than flipping the old P90 on semi. Krytac, well, they fixed it. And to show you, check this out. I'm just gonna do the travel distance because I wanna show you in person when we shoot it, but look at how short this is now. This is on semi-auto. And look how easy it is for me to depress. I'm barely using any strength. Now there's some interesting engineering done here, and let me explain. The first thing is, this trigger's length of pull is adjustable, and you can get it to exactly how you want it to feel by using an Allen key here behind the trigger to adjust it. Furthermore, you can even opt to change the pull weight of the trigger by swapping out the spring. A few more things about this gun. First thing I want to talk about, this top rail. You can remove this top rail if you don't want to use it and just want to keep like a low profile look. There is a screw right here and right here. You remove these screws, it comes off. Battery compartment is right here. It's in this portion. Pops the butt plate out nicely, and it comes T-plugs ready, and that is your battery compartment right here on top. It also has a quick change spring access right here on the bottom. Easily pops out. You can swap it to a different spring if you want. Now, don't worry, guys. The battery compartment does look small. It looks incredibly small, but Krytac did say that they will release an extended battery compartment for you to kind of pull this out a little bit, to give you guys more battery space for you guys if you want to run that Titan battery. But there are some Titans that already fit the P90. Finally, our favorite game of finding the hop up. First, you pull the charging handle back, which reveals a little trap door, and you can find the hop up right here. You can adjust for more or less hop. It is the same Krytac rotary hop up that we all come to love, and it's got those clicks to it that just makes adjusting the hop up such a joy. I'm using 0.2 gram BBs and an 11.1 Titan battery. Here are our landing zone, and guys, we're about to shoot the P90. Now, I gotta let you guys know, I don't have the butt plate for this gun on because it does extend a little bit. I'm using an 11.1 nunchuck style from Titan. It does, thank God that Krytac said they're gonna have an extension here so it can cover it nicely. But even with 11.1, that's all that's showing. Pretty good for them. Also, there's something pretty cool about the magazine. It's switchable between 250 rounds. So I'm on the 50 round setting by using this switch right here. I have my target set up. I'm gonna shoot the 30-meter target today, see how she reaches, talk about trajectory and the overall feeling of the gun. Let's get into it. Pops in nicely. Oh, straight and true. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but this trigger is so far removed from the Tokyo Marui trigger. I don't even feel like I'm shooting a P90. This is such a cool gun. It does make me smile every time I shoot it. I'm gonna put this on auto really quick, and I'm gonna see how this trigger feels like going from semi to auto, back to semi. And I'm out. Now time for the accuracy portion of our testing. I'm about 15 or so meters away. Perfect CQB distance for a capable gun like this. This gun is so easy to shoot, it's incredible. Let's take a look at those results. All right, guys, So let me talk about this results really quick. First one, few flyers. And that's totally on me because I'm very used to shooting with my support hand very far forward. So when I had to pull this back, it took me a little bit of time to get used to that hold, but after that, look at this type of accuracy, 15 meters away, or maybe even a little further. CQB, this weapon is going to slay. Speaks for itself. Way to go, Krytac P90. All right, 200 rounds. And I'm not even gonna put on semi, straight to auto, and I'm just gonna see how fluid this gun feels like from semi-auto to full auto. The first thing I felt like when I was shooting this Krytac P90 is I continually have to tell myself that I'm actually shooting a P90. Look how responsive this gun is just on semi-auto. Out of the box, and I can go from, that's full, semi-full, semi-full. Like, this is an incredible thing what Krytac has done with fixing just some very simple things such as the trigger and how stable each round goes as I take off these few targets, right? I feel so confident using this gun. The thought that, hey, maybe I need to slow down my trigger or kind of take it easy a little bit, it never even crosses my mind even one time. And I think that's the beauty of what Krytac has done here. And the rate of fire with an 11.1 battery, it's so insane. By the way, I think the coolest thing that they have done is when you shoot these BBs, they just progressively go down. And I think that's so awesome. Oh, gotta mag dump this baby. What a winner. The Krytac P90 really is something special. But if you want to watch other Krytac videos or videos pertaining to the P90, why don't you click in the card above, or you can find it linked in the description below. Guys, let me be totally frank. Me, personally, I have also at one time been a P90 owner myself. I mean, come on, look at the thing. How could you not love its futuristic looks, how it shoulders, how it feels, and even on paper, it was a good performer. While the old P90 did give you a lot to inspire your imagination, you can't help but feel a little let down when you took it to games. And after more and more fields only allowed semi-auto, even the high cycle versions of the TM were kind of rendered nothing more than a, oh, that's a cool gun. I think what Krytac has done here is they've taken a platform that we have all come to love and have fond memories with, and they took that and they've moved it into the current century. But with all the upgrades made to this gun, I can see where some of the purists may not be so happy about what Krytac has done. Think about it like when BMW moved away from their naturally aspirated V8 engine, or when the C8 Corvette only came with a dual clutch transmission, doing away with the manual, or when Porsche walked away from being air-cooled. There's gonna be some pushback and reluctance to those certain people who have an emotional as well as a financial investment into a brand or a product that they love. The Krytac P90 shoots good, possibly too good when compared to the stock TM out of the box. And it's that kind of feeling that probably gives people the same feeling as when a certain car transitions from one technology to the next. It kind of loses some of the quote-unquote characteristics and makes the product, well, to some, kind of stale. But in all honesty, what I personally think the Krytac P90, it's an exceptional example of how good engineering can help revitalize a platform that we all have loved. While the battery compartment is small, and I wish that they could have had a programmable MOSFET, it doesn't take away from the gun at all, especially when Krytac did say that they will offer an extension for more battery space. But what do you guys think? Do you think that this gun is gonna put the P90 back into relevance and rocket it back into our hearts where we've always come to love? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you want cool products like this and many more, don't forget to check out our online store at www.redwolfairsoft.com. If you like this video, give us a like. If you thought it was cool, share it with your friends. And if you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be notified every time we have a new video uploaded. Guys, until the next episode of RWTV, my name is Mark, and I'll catch you on the flip side.